So today we are going to be talking about, we're going to continue our financial literacy session that we started earlier this week. Earlier this week we spoke about budgeting, we spoke about couponing and maximizing your money. Now we're going to give you guys just a little bit of background history on where money comes from, what credit is, and what taxes are. So this is, once you start figuring out how to make money and how to budget your money, then you have to worry about what money you have to pay to the government and why you have to do that. So I have just a few short videos to help explain some of this stuff. This is probably the least desirable part about earning money, but it's extremely important. So the very first one that we're going to watch is the history about money. I'm going to make sure that you can hear this. So one moment.
It's our time, here's our story, it's your chance, let's learn about money, this is our show, are you ready? Give it on and on and on, this is our show, are you ready? Give it on and on and on.
Hi, Penny. Thanks for coming over to help me get the costumes and decorations ready for my birthday party tomorrow. I'm so excited to spend time with just us girls. You're welcome, Susie. This is going to be the best birthday party in Cashville. Sense, what are you doing here?
I came to help you and Penny with the decorations and costumes for your party.
But I didn't invite you over today. I did, Susie. I thought having more hands to help out would be better. You know, the more the merrier. Now who could that be?
Hi, Barry. Here to help with Susie's party?
Yeah, you know what, guys? I think it should be skateboard themed. And we should have a DJ who plays hip hop.
Absolutely not! This is my party and I don't want any of that stuff. Penny, I thought this was supposed to be an all-girls day. Oh, come on, Susie. It'll be fun. We can work together and get things done faster. Well, I guess so.
Sense, I just remembered I haven't gotten a present for Susie yet. What should I do?
Well, Susie wanted this to be an all-girl thing anyway. I'll go with you to the toy store. You make up an excuse for why we need to go.
Hey, Susie, I just remembered that, I've gotta go. And Sense has to come with me.
Why do you guys have to go?
Well, it's my iguana. Yeah, he's stuck in a tree. And Sense and I need to go get him out. Yeah. We gotta go get him out right now.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll see you tomorrow for the party.
Yeah,
We'll be here tomorrow.
Bye. Here we are at Sensible Toys. I'm sure you'll be able to find something for Susie.
Look at this teddy. Susie will love it.
That looks expensive, Barry. You sure you have enough money?
Hi, I need to get this teddy bear for my friend's birthday. How much does it cost?
Great! This teddy will make a wonderful gift. It's very reasonably priced. Only 25 ringgit and 60 cents.
You call 25 ringgit and 60 cents reasonable? That seems like a lot to me. I only have 15 ringgit. Sense, can you loan me some money?
I don't think that's a very good idea, Barry. You would need 10 ringgit and 60 cents. That's 2/3 of what you have now. Isn't that almost your whole week's allowance?
I know, but Susie will love this bear.
Okay, Barry, but I only have 5 ringgit and 75 cents. That makes you short by 4 ringgit and 85 cents.
Say, mister, how about you give me a discount so that the bear costs 15 ringgit and 75 cents? You wouldn't want to spoil a girl's birthday, would you?
I'm sorry, I can't do that. The price is 25 ringgit and 60 cents.
Well, how about this then? Take my marbles. They're worth more than 4 ringgit 85 cents. So let's come out ahead.
Look, kid, this isn't ancient times. I don't take barter trades. If you're not going to buy the bear, I'm going to put it back on the shelf, okay?
What's barter trade, Sense?
I've heard that word before, but I can't remember exactly what it means. Let's go look it up.
Barter trades. That brings up some weird videos.
I'm certain that isn't what barter means. Look, most of the videos talk about trading. Here's one called The History of Money. I remember now. Bartering is basically like trading. When the cashier said he doesn't do barter trades, he meant that he wouldn't take your marbles or anything but money for the teddy bear. Well, lots of different things have been used as money, such as fish, seashells, and jewels. I wonder if he would take those.
Excuse me, sir. We'd like an even bigger teddy bear for our friend's birthday present. That one.
Okay, son, here's the bear. The question is, can you pay for it this time?
Oh, we've got plenty of currency this time.
Oh my goodness! You tipped me literally about ancient times, didn't you? Well, I guess this is money somewhere. Here, you boys can have the bear.
Thank you, sir. Happy birthday, Susie.
I love him! Oh, thank you, Barry! Just one thing. Why does he smell fishy?
This episode helps kids to understand the importance of money. And even though there are many things that are more important than money, like friendship, life and health, money is still an important part of our daily life. It is only with money that we can buy the things we need, like food, shelter and clothes. Kids also discover how money evolved to the currency we use today. They begin to understand the barter trade system and its difficulties. They also find out how many other things were used as currency before the money we see today, like shells, cows and precious metals. All these currency methods had their pros and cons. That is why money evolved to what we have today. Kids should appreciate how easy it has become to use our currency today and not taking it for granted. Spend wisely.
All right, so that was our first video on the history of money. And this video showed us a little bit about where money originated from. So in the video, it did speak about barter and trade. And barter and trade is, it was a form that was used back in ancient times, where if you had something that someone else wanted and they had something that you wanted, then you could give them what you had and they would give you what they had, and then you could make an even trade. Not too many places do that anymore, if any, so I wouldn't recommend going into a toy store with a trunk full of fish to buy a teddy bear, but they were showing you how it used to work in ancient times. Now the currency that we have in the United States is US dollars. It's USD is the abbreviation for that, and that comes in the form of coins and bills. So I'm quite sure all of you have seen coins, you've all seen bills, and this is something that is used as well as credit cards. Now I'm going to show you a video on credit and credit cards. So this is going to teach you a little bit about credit. I'm not too big on credit cards. Credit cards it's a piece of plastic that you use when you go shopping. And with credit, they will give you the money up front and then you have to pay it back. Now, the only thing with credit is that credit has interest rates, which means that they charge you a certain amount of money for being able to have that money up front. So not only are you paying them back the amount of money that you spent, but you're also paying them to even use the card, which to me, I don't agree with that too much, so I'm not too big on credit cards. But just to give you a little bit of information on it, we're going to watch a video on what is a credit card.
Welcome to learningmole.com. Today I'm going to be answering the question, what is a credit card? So, I see people paying for things by credit card every day. And to be honest, I wasn't exactly sure what a credit card was. Well, I know it's a little rectangular piece of plastic, but how does it actually work? I love solving mysteries, so I set myself on a mission to find out the answer. First I asked my mum, and she said a credit card is a way to pay for things. You can use cash, a debit card which deducts the money directly from your account, or use a credit card. The money that you spend goes on to a bill, which you have to pay at the end of the month. So a credit card is borrowing money, a bit like a loan. Then I asked my dad, and he said, credit cards usually charge you interest to borrow the money. You need to pay the balance, the money that you spent by the end of the month. Next was my gran. If you don't pay off the full balance, what you owe by the end of the month, the credit card company will charge an interest fee. The longer you take to pay the money back, the bigger the fee. After that, my Uncle Day came along. Sometimes you can get an interest-free credit card. This means they won't charge you any interest for a set time period. For example, the credit card company might say, we won't charge you any interest for 12 months. But then my mum jumped back in. Yes, but you have to remember that if you don't pay off the balance within the 12 months, then you will start paying interest. So you have to be careful. Back to Uncle D again. Credit card companies will also set a credit limit on your account. This means that they'll only allow you to spend a certain amount of money. So if your credit card limit is £500, that's all you will be allowed to spend. You should always say, well within your limit. Wow, what a lot of information. At that point, I decided to go and hide in my room because my whole family is now getting excited and I wanted to tell me more and more. I'm sorry, but that's enough info for my brain to process after I had a hard day at school. Thanks for learning with us.
All right, so that is a breakdown about credit cards. So again, like I said, a lot of credit cards, most credit cards will charge you an interest rate. And again, interest is something that you have to pay. It's more than you would have to pay if you were paying with your own cash up front. They charge you a certain amount of money, and usually it's done by percentages. So if you're learning percentages in school, then this is something that may be interesting to you. So say if you have a credit card bill that is $20 and you have a 3% interest rate, that means you're going to have to pay 3% of $20 in addition to the $20. And you do have to pay by a certain time. If you don't pay, then they will charge you late fees, and that's just a whole bunch of money that you didn't even use that you're going to have to be paying. So credit cards are, they're kind of tricky. I would say to make sure that you know everything about a credit card before you get one. A lot of times when you start college, at colleges, they will have the table set up for all of the freshman students to get credit cards, and they'll say, oh, you're already pre-approved, which means they're going to go ahead and give you a credit card, and your credit limit may be $100, it might be $500, and they're saying take this card and you can spend this money, but then at the end of the month, then you have to pay the money back plus the interest. So now you're saying, okay, well, let's say we have a credit card for $200. Now we have spent our $200 because most times when we're just getting into college and we're young, we don't have a lot of responsibilities, but we do want to buy things. We want to go places with our friends, and we've got this cool little piece of plastic now and all of this free money, as we're thinking it's free money. So now we're going and we're spending all this money and we're just swiping that credit card, we're swiping away. And then at the end of the month, our credit card bill comes and we're like, oh, I don't even have a job. How can I pay that? And so you kind of ignore the credit card bill, which is what happens a lot of times. You just ignore it, and then interest keeps piling up and the late fees keep adding on. And so years and years later, now you have something that's called your credit report. Your credit report is all of the credit that you have had access to in your past. They're going to write down everything on that credit report that you owe. So if you owe for a credit card that's $200, well, it started off at $200, but now with all the late fees and all of the interest rates, now years later, your credit card could be up to say $500 or more. So now you got to pay $500. It's on your credit report, and it's going to stay on your credit report. Now, there's a lot more that goes in the credit reports. That's something that we'll talk about at a later date, but just to know that if you don't pay your credit card bills, it does go on your credit, and that's something that will follow you for a very long time. So when you get older and you're an adult and you want to buy a car or you want to buy a house, they're going to look at your credit report to see, oh, wow, well, when you were 18 years old, you had a credit card and you went shopping and you didn't pay your bill. So that's something to keep in mind. I would stay away from credit cards until you completely know everything there is to know about credit cards. Debit cards are something very different. A debit card is just giving you your money out of a bank account. So you can have a bank account and you put money in there when you work, and then you have your little plastic card. It looks just like a credit card, but it's called a debit card. And then every time you want to use it, it's just taking the money out of your bank account. So this is way better. This doesn't charge you any interest at all. And if you don't have the money in your account, then you can't spend it, which means that you're not running up your credit. All right, so this is the last thing that we're going to talk about today, and it is taxes. So a lot of people don't really understand taxes. We're going to watch a video on what taxes are, why we have them. Taxes are probably taxes are a huge pain in the butt, if you want me to be honest. So with taxes, it's like money that you have to pay to the government just for living. You have to pay taxes to work. You have to pay taxes to buy things. If you have a house, you have to pay house taxes. You got to pay taxes on pretty much anything you want to spend your money on. Even if you make money, when you go to work, they take taxes out of your check. So this is something that you definitely want to be aware of. Give me 1 second to pull up this video.
What is tax? Hello, my name is Too Cute. I design rocket-propelled clothes. I came to Earth because I am fascinated by your shoes. There is no such thing on my planet. I have a great idea. I will design rocket-propelled shoes. Europeans love shoes. I will make my shoes in the European Union. But I read that if I start a business, I'll have a lot of responsibilities, like paying tax. I must find out more about tax. Come with me. Let's investigate. They will have to give up. None of them can afford to build the playground.
Yeah!
What? And give money so that others can also enjoy the park? Why? The young Earthlings are amazing. Got their parents involved too. So that's what common contribution means. Taxes are common contributions, just like those. I wonder what you can achieve with all that tax money. Who pays for the public lighting? Humans talk about bills all the time, but no one says anything about this. Who built these roads? Look, someone even fills in the potholes. Who pays for that? Who pays so that these people keep them safe? They get to learn for free. How come? And they have someone to take care of them. They get hurt. Or if something bad happens, how is this possible? That's where the money comes from. Taxes. Everybody contributes so that everybody can benefit. Just like those amazing kids did. Let's get something straight. Do I have to pay tax if I open my rocket shoes shop?
Yes, you will pay taxes. For example, you will pay tax on the income you obtain.
Aha! I pay a part of the profit as tax because I use all these public services to make that profit. Sounds fair? Are there exceptions from this rule?
Yes, there are situations where we don't pay taxes.
Am I one of these exceptions?
If you have your own income, or own a house, or buy and sell things, you will pay tax.
That's clear. And how much do I need to pay?
According to your ability to pay.
That's a relief. Well, can I give some of the shoes I designed in order to pay my taxes?
Unfortunately, no, you can't. Taxes are only paid in money.
Yeah, thought so. But do I really have to pay tax?
The question you need to ask yourself is this one. Do you enjoy well-equipped hospitals, to feel secure, good roads, modern schools?
Oh yeah, I really appreciate that.
You see, neither of these would exist without everyone's contribution, including yours.
Got it. More resources collected from taxes mean better public services. So, let's get this straight. I am one of you now, so I have to pay taxes like anyone else.
Yep, that's the law.
Taxes are my contribution to the public services I enjoy. I can use public services freely, but they don't come for free. We all pay for them, even kids, because we need them in order to have a better life. I will need money to pay them. That may be a problem, but I will pay according to what I earn. That's good, since rocket shoes are not the easiest things to sell around here. You know what? Taxes seem such a complicated subject. Couldn't understand what they are and why you pay them. I had no idea how they work and why they are important. But the kids helped me figure it out. Because they decided to contribute and build what they needed, rather than sit back and not get involved. They chose to stick together and support each other. And everybody got something out of it. Love this planet, taxes and all. That's my take on taxes. What do you think? Do you benefit from any of the things which are funded through taxes? Did you know you already paid taxes? How does it feel?
All right, guys. So that was the breakdown about taxes. It seems a little difficult to understand, especially the percentage of taxes that are taken out. Like I said, there are taxes taken out of our paychecks. When you begin working, you'll get something called a payroll check, and your payroll check will have taxes taken out, and these are for your state taxes and your federal or your government taxes. So these taxes, like the video said, these taxes pay for many wonderful things. So even though you may not like the fact that you are supposed to get $500 on your paycheck and you only see $419, and you look and you're like, who's FICA? And who are all these other people taking money out of my check, my taxes? I did this work. Why am I not getting this money? But then if you think about it, our schools are funded by taxes. If there is road work that needs to be done, that's paid for by the taxes. The police officers and the firefighters and any type of public health professionals, they're all paid for with taxes, even people that are public defenders. So if they're lawyers that don't get paid, they're paid through taxes. There's a lot of different services that are paid through taxes for the public. So even though it seems like a lot is being taken out, if you think about it, it's a very small amount to contribute for everyone based on what you make. It's a very small contribution that you can make to make our community, our state, and our country just a little bit better and run a little bit more smoothly. So I hope everybody got a better understanding on taxes, what taxes are, what credit cards are, what money is. Again, credit reports are something that are a little bit more detailed, so we'll speak about that a little bit in the future. But as for right now, I want you guys to keep in mind that you most times will use the currency of United States dollar, which is either going to be dollar bills. You can also use change, which is cents. And we have credit cards, we have debit cards. And we don't use the barter and trade system anymore. Be very, very careful with the credit cards because of interest rates, late fees, and penalties. And as far as taxes go, it's something that you may not like, but it's something that we all have to do. And when you do it, then you're contributing to make our communities, our schools, our cities, states, and the entire planet Earth a little bit better. So once again, I hope you guys learned something from this, and we will speak a little bit more about credit reports in the future, and we'll touch on some other topics. We're going to start speaking about life planning, so that's going to go into, that's going to take a lot from what we've just learned this past week with budgeting and managing our money and learning about money and credit, so that we can go on and take that information, kind of whatever you want to use of this information that you can use, go ahead and hold on to it. And then in the future, when you're ready to plan your life as far as your house that you want to live in, the cars that you want to drive, the careers that you want to do, all of this information is going to come in handy. So it's like a big puzzle at the end, but we're getting all the little puzzle pieces in place for you now. So stay tuned. I hope to see you guys next week and enjoy your weekend.